Releasing on August 15th is Agents of Mayhem from the creators of Saints Row. Pre-order at the affiliate link below. Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Matt Jarbo. This is 3 Buck Theater, and today we're going to be departing a little bit from movies to talk about Glow and the fact that it just got renewed for a second season on Netflix. Now, Glow is a show that I just 100% fell in love with, and almost anything set in the 1980s is handled well is just awesome in my opinion. That's Stranger Things. Netflix is on a roll when it comes to these kind of shows, and I really liked the characters, the character motivation, and Alison Brie's performance on Glow. If she doesn't get nominated for a Golden Globe or an Emmy, I will be legitimately surprised if that doesn't happen. Well, I think the Emmy noms already happened, so maybe the Golden Globes. But the show is, about a group of women, the gorgeous ladies of wrestling, that are trying to make it work in the 1980s, and it's actually based off of the real Glow from the 1980s, which is laughably horrible, because these are women who can't actually wrestle, that are horrible at acting, and they're trying to make the late night wrestling sexy lady thing happen. And to those who were alive in the 80s who remember it, they look back on it as cheesy goodness. But people like me who were born in the 80s but were so young that we don't really remember that. This is kind of a dramatic take on that, and also a good throwback to the era, because I remember staying up late on Saturday nights in order to watch Saturday Night Wrestling in Portland. 11 p.m. Saturday night wrestling. I like that stuff quite a bit as a kid. And so what I'm hoping for is that season 2 of Glow will focus probably maybe a little bit less on Alison Brie's character. Granted, she is the lead in the show, and of course her and Mark Macaron's character, they have the most chemistry. Clearly they're setting up a relationship between them as kind of a very dysfunctional relationship. But what I would like to see is more character development for some of the other characters. Like, you've got the She-Wolf character. Not much is really known about her, where she came from. You get a little bit of character development in the first season, but not too much. Enough to where you like her, enough to where you're kind of sympathizing where she's coming from. But again, not anything really delving into her backstory so much. And the same goes for a number of other characters that are there. Now, these, this ensemble comedy, if that's what you want to call it, I didn't really find Glow to be funny. I found it to be very engaging, endearing in a number of scenes, and yes, funny at times, but ultimately it's not like, a standard laugh out loud thing. And each episode, 30 minutes long, really just, brought us this nice tight 10 episode season, and it's one that I'm glad we get to see more of. So my real question boils down to you guys. Are you looking forward to another season of Glow? Are you hoping for a couple more shots of Alison Brie a la nude? Because I know that was a big draw for some people going into this. They're like, oh my god, Annie from Community is naked, oh my god, and they all rushed to the internet to talk about it, amongst other things. And are you just hoping for more expansion of the Glow? Because they did get on TV in real life, and so at the end of the first season, spoilers, they shot the pilot and everything else, and they're probably going to move themselves into getting on TV, dealing with more sponsor stuff, trying to keep it together, and also deal with everyone's interpersonal drama. And I'm hoping that there's a bit more there between Alison Brie and the other girl whose name I forget right now. Their relationship was very interesting. I thought that was very much a good driving point of the first season, where you had spoilers here. So you had Alison Brie, cheating on or screwing her best friend's husband. Her best friend finds out, and you can see that the whole season, they treat Alison Brie like shit, but she accepts it. She accepts that she made mistakes, and she's trying to own up for those mistakes, atone for her sins, and also find herself back in love with herself, because you could see that she hated herself for a while, and she's willing to take all the shit because it's some kind of punishment. It's her penance. And her friend is I think more understanding of her by the end of the season, and while they work together and they got they have the chemistry, and she's the heel, which would be like the good hero, Liberty Bell, and then you've got Alison Brie's Russian character, because set in the 1980s, Cold War, everything else going on, they have good chemistry together. But the thing at the end there is Allison says, oh, do you want to go get a drink? And her friend goes, we're not there yet. And it was a nice little one line that I feel really kind of pushed the storyline forward with them. It's like, okay, good, there's a road to redemption, and that is the entire arc of Alison Brie. And I don't want her to not be the spotlight, and I know it might come across like I'm saying that, but I also felt that the other characters were interesting, and I'd like to see them get a little bit more time. Not just, now we know that Mark Macron's daughter was, his unknown daughter, illegitimate daughter, is now in his life. She's there, and everything else. So again, there's elements at play there and stuff I'd like to see more from. And so at the same time, I'm very happy this is getting a second season. I'd like to go back into that world and see what other kind of stories they're telling us, and not just rely on some elements of the show kind of very much fell back on the 1980s capitalism cocaine trope that I felt was funny, but also had run its course a long time ago. So maybe we'll get something a little bit deeper, maybe a little bit more emotional, and maybe a little bit funnier. Because like I said, you don't really laugh as much as you think, but it's still entertaining from top to bottom. And so again, what do you guys think about this? What do you want to see in season 2? If you haven't seen the show and you're going to watch it and come back, let me know what you think of it. And what are you most excited for? Anyway, my name is Matt Jarbo. This is $3 Theater. I'll talk to you guys later. Have yourself a great day. Peace out.